Never heard of him.
See, me and Boots in the same way.
What happens when one of boxing's calmest and most respected champions finally reaches his breaking point? A routine day at Las Vegas airport, where thousands of travelers pass through, reportedly turned chaotic after Terence "Bud" Crawford allegedly threw a punch at rising contender Jaron "Boots" Ennis during a shocking confrontation that quickly sent the boxing world into a frenzy. Airport security reportedly rushed in to prevent things from getting worse, but by then, the moment had already happened. So what exactly led to this explosive encounter? According to reports from people who witnessed the situation, Crawford and Boots were both at the Las Vegas airport while traveling for different events. Everything appeared normal at first, until the two fighters noticed each other. Suddenly, the atmosphere changed.
Things are being thrown. There's no room for this in the sport. There's no room for the Davis brothers to be in the building tonight. The police escorted them out. You saw.
According to people nearby, Boots reportedly approached Crawford and started talking, possibly looking to exchange words or test Crawford's patience. Crawford, usually known for remaining composed and professional, apparently responded differently this time. Their conversation became heated, voices rose, and before security had a chance to intervene, Crawford allegedly threw a punch. Boots stayed on his feet, but everyone around them immediately reacted. Security personnel quickly moved between the two fighters, separated them, and within a short time, reports and footage of the incident began spreading across social media. But this situation may not have been completely out of nowhere. The tension surrounding these two fighters has been building for years. To understand why Crawford may have reacted so strongly, you first have to look at where he currently stands in his career. After dominating Errol Spence Jr. and then defeating Canelo Alvarez, a fighter many believed would be extremely difficult to overcome, Crawford strengthened his position at the very top of boxing. Those victories helped establish him as one of the most accomplished and dangerous fighters in the sport. Terence Crawford is widely viewed as one of boxing's best.
He's that dude. In this four-belt era, he is now the undisputed world champion, 3 times over. 140 pounds, 147, now 168 pounds, claiming all the belts. You don't see people doing that very often. Going up against a guy who was perceived as being bigger and stronger, Crawford was strong. Crawford was strong enough to fend him off, strong enough to make him respect his own power. He used his jab, he used his distance. He had poise in the ring, he wasn't rattled. He backed up and moved when necessary and kept us different. He exchanged enough to gain respect when necessary. It was a brilliant, brilliant, masterful fight.
Fans have labeled him the pound-for-pound king and one of the biggest faces in boxing, but reaching the summit also means becoming the target for everyone trying to make a name. When you are the champion at the top, every ambitious contender wants the opportunity to take your position. And that is exactly where Jaron "Boots" Ennis enters the story.
You respect him as like when he's like, I got a couple fights left, I'm at the end, I'm only trying to get mega fights, so.
I understand it, but don't lie or capture the net and make it seem like I had the opportunity to fight you and I didn't. I never did. You know what I'm saying? And then that one time that I did, we said they called and we said you never heard nothing else back about it. So like.
Right.
I mean, I respect it though. I mean, get your money. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing. But don't.
Boots Ennis is far from an ordinary prospect. He brings speed, explosiveness, defense, and the ability to switch stances just like Crawford. He is comfortable fighting orthodox or southpaw, and his understanding of the ring seems unusually advanced for someone at this stage of his career. That combination is exactly why fighters, former champions, analysts, commentators, and promoters have spent the last couple of years making the same comparison again and again. People have described Boots as the next version of Crawford.
They both switch hitters, lift, and everything. All of that cancels out each other, so they are literally the same people pretty much. The only difference is Crawford done been in the big stage against big fighters so many times. And also, with age, he didn't beat up his body, so his age is actually good. He got the grown man strength. He not just grown man strength, but he built on top of that. Like, look at him at 135. He was a little scrawny dude. He wasn't a big dude. Now look at him. He ripped up everything. He's strong. So sure. I feel like he got everything That's all the experience, all the knowledge. So I got to go with Crawford.
There are obvious similarities between the two fighters, but there is one major problem with that comparison. Crawford reportedly does not enjoy hearing his name connected to another fighter, especially someone who is still trying to establish himself and climb toward the level Bud has already reached.
It says a lot of people, you know, say we have similarities, and, you know, we switch a lot and we fight a lot. He's not me, you know, and I'm not him, so.
Tim had said comparison that like he's like a Chrysler 300 and you're like a Bentley.
Yeah, like, once again, like, he's not me. You know, he's trying to get to where I'm at. You know, he's where he at, I'm where I'm at. You know, he got a long way to go.
Crawford has spent years building his reputation, accomplishing nearly everything possible in the sport. He became undisputed across 2 weight classes, defeated the fighters who questioned him, and eventually moved up to face Canelo, one of the biggest stars boxing has ever produced. So whenever people claim Boots is essentially following the same blueprint, it can feel personal. Crawford and even members of his team have reason to take those comparisons seriously.
We got our leftovers. Why would Bud want to go backwards? I want to go backwards. Bud looking for bigger and better fights, so where he can etch his name in the concrete forever. I don't know, because I really don't look at none of the welterweights since we did clear the division out.
And this is where the story becomes even more fascinating. For a long time, fans have demanded Crawford versus Boots. Fighters have talked about it, boxing analysts have discussed it, and supporters continue pushing for the matchup. Even Eddie Hearn has publicly suggested that this is a fight that deserves to happen.
There's loads of money on the line because he knows how good Ennis is, and he's not going to fight anymore unless it's for a lot of money. So we have to do what we say. We have to prove the quality of Ennis, and he has to earn his shot against Crawford. But that is the fight that I look at in 9 to 12 months' time, 3 fights down the line. And I think US fight fans are going to be crying out for that fight. Like, you imagine if we beat Lima on Saturday, we beat Ortiz, you know, we beat Fundora or Mertzalayev or Zayas. Everyone will be calling for Ennis v Crawford.
I think a lot of fans are crying for that now.
They have been for years.
Yeah.
But the reality is we still need to, you know, it's not, I think everyone who, like I say, everybody that knows boxing.
Yeah, boxing fans.
One that knows how good Ennis is go, I mean, what a fight. That is unbelievable. But still, you got to educate people that Ennis is as good as I say he is. Right? And you do that by beating the champion. So we've got work to do.
Crawford, however, does not seem interested in rushing toward it. He has made his position clear from his perspective. Taking on Boots would not necessarily give him enough additional value to justify the risk, especially considering everything he has already accomplished throughout his career.
Oh, he's very, very talented. He's unproven, but he's very talented. Yeah. The eye test tells it all. You know, he's got the it, you know, but we haven't seen him against any elite fighter. We've never seen him tested. So until then, you know, we just going to keep saying, oh, Boots, 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 until he meet that fighter that's going to test him.
Is that a fight that you would be interested in?
Nah, it just don't make sense right now in my career. Like I said, like, especially money-wise, don't nobody really know Boots, but I'm looking for bigger and better challenges like Canelo.
You're just looking for the big ones.
Yeah.
The big fish.
Yeah.
Fish fry.
Definitely. Definitely. Them the guys I'm looking for. Yeah.
Crawford is 36 and already established at the highest level, while Boots is 27 and still trying to prove he belongs among boxing's elite. If Crawford fights Boots and wins, many people could simply say he defeated a younger contender who was still developing. But if Crawford suffers a loss, the consequences become much bigger. Suddenly, the championships, dominance, and reputation he spent years creating would all come under scrutiny. From Crawford's perspective, the reward does not appear equal to the danger. He is already the fighter everyone wants to defeat, which explains why he may dislike the constant story that Boots is coming for his throne.
154 and face Jaron Ennis, the guy who prepared Canelo Alvarez for this fight.
Nope. I ain't going down 154.
What makes this situation even more fascinating is that Crawford has experienced something similar before the Spence fight, and before the Canelo showdown, there were fighters who seemed unwilling to face him. Names such as Jaron, Ennis, and Sebastian Fundora were discussed in different contexts, while some fighters appeared more interested in pursuing Spence, but the situation has changed completely now that Crawford sits at the top. Instead of chasing opponents, he has become the man everyone else is trying to reach.
Now that y'all see I'm the ticket, now y'all like, oh yeah, we want to fight Terence Crawford. We want Terence Crawford. That's the narrative now. I'm done with 147. I ain't going back. I'm like, all right, I want to fight Fundora. He got 2 belts. I want to become undisputed at 154. That was my train of thought. But when he said he didn't want to fight me because I wasn't basically big enough, I looked at him like, huh? They want to fight Errol Spence because he's a bigger fighter.
But you knew what that was, though.
Yeah. It's cool. It's cool. I'm not tripping on that because now they begging for a fight. Now they want to fight me now. I don't sell, so there's no need for you to even mention my name no more. Don't say Terence Crawford.
Yeah.
You know, all these guys that see now, they say, oh, he's the ticket. Win, lose, or draw, he's the ticket. I'll fight Terence Crawford. Come on, man. Boots had a chance to fight me. Virgil Ortiz had an opportunity to fight me, you know, but now everybody, oh, I'll fight Terence, or I'm this, I'm that. I'm like, okay, cool. When y'all had y'all opportunity, you know, y'all went elsewhere. But now that y'all see I'm the ticket, now y'all like, oh yeah, we want to fight Terence Crawford. We want Terence Crawford. That's the narrative now.
Now the entire sport wants a chance against the fighter who defeated Canelo and made the victory look convincing. For Crawford, the situation may feel like history repeating itself. There's just one major difference this time. Crawford is no longer the man trying to get the biggest names to fight him. Now, he holds the position of power.
Doing something and I know what I'm capable of, it's not like a surprise to me. It's a surprise to y'all because y'all didn't believe me, you know? But for me, I knew I could do it and I believed that I could do it. I just needed the opportunity. That's all they say I've been fighting is nobody's. What can they say now? Somebody tell me what can you...
And that is where the pressure can start becoming frustrating. Crawford believes he has earned the freedom to decide what comes next in his career. After everything he has accomplished, he does not feel obligated to satisfy every demand from fans or the media. Yet no matter where the conversation goes, one name keeps coming back again and again: Boots.
You fight him right now if he's ever going to fight him. If he wants to, if Crawford has it in his mind to fight Boots, you might as well do it now. What did Floyd Mayweather do with Canelo Alvarez? Now Canelo was already an enormous draw, and that's the difference. But he didn't wait till he got super old, and Canelo entered his prime. No, he got him right then.
But are we talking business right now? Because if you're Boots, right? And I guess the thing for Canelo is, Floyd made some good money there. Canelo had a nice following. Is there a super big following for Boots outside of just the boxing world?
That's what Matt's saying. The market is not that
I know,
big.
but what I'm saying is like, so the money was like, if I'm Crawford, would I jump out there and fight? Because Boots ain't no easy fight. Is the risk worth the reward? You know what I'm saying?
The answer right now is no.
I think Boots is probably a little bit bigger than we're giving him credit for commercially, especially after this performance. And I think if you fight Crawford, it would rise to a level. After Crawford's win over Canelo on Netflix, I think people do want to see this fight. Is it a mega fight? Maybe not, but I do think it's a very...
So if Crawford really encountered Boots at the airport and their exchange pushed Bud beyond his patience, all of that accumulated frustration could have exploded in a single moment. But from Boots Ennis' side, the situation looks completely different. He has been waiting for his opportunity. For years, he has watched stars such as Crawford, Spence, and Canelo dominate boxing's biggest stages. Now he believes it is finally time for the next generation to take control.
I'm tired of answering questions about it. He already said millions of times that he not fighting me or looking my way, so I'm just tired of answering those questions, you know, and if a fight happened, it happened. You know, I wanted it to happen, but if not...
And there would be no bigger way to claim that position than by defeating the best fighter in the sport. Boots wants the crown, and he understands exactly what a victory over Terence Crawford could mean. One win over Crawford could completely transform his career, turning him into one of boxing's biggest stars almost instantly and putting his name at the center of the entire sport.
He said world-class fighter. I guess he's trying to say if you're a world-class fighter.
Sign a contract. Exactly, sign a contract. If he wanted to fight, he would have stayed at 47. He obviously said he wanted to move up and accomplish to be undisputed at 54 or something like that. So, yeah, he definitely did say that too. Yeah.
We ain't worrying about, right now we ain't worrying about Crawford. We gonna clean 147 now, and then we gonna move to 154. If he there and he got a belt, we coming after him. Simple.
And this is not a fight where Boots would simply be entering the ring hoping for an unexpected upset. The matchup makes sense from a technical standpoint. Both men can switch stances, both possess remarkable timing and accuracy, and both rely heavily on movement and intelligent footwork. That creates the ultimate question. When two fighters with so many similarities finally meet, which one can perform those skills better? That is exactly what boxing fans want to discover.
It's in a fight that stylistically will be, oh my goodness. It's a fight between Terence Crawford and Jaron Boots Ennis.
I don't think I think that's going backwards for Terence.
To that point, Jaron doesn't have the kind of accolades. He doesn't sell to the mass and all these. So this fight was perfect timing for both these.
That wraps up today's video. If you enjoy the story, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another boxing update. And most importantly, tell us what you think in the comments. If Terence Crawford and Boots Ennis eventually meet inside the ring, who do you believe comes out on top? Drop your prediction below, and we'll see you in the next video.